Welcome in, everyone, to Cloaks and Capes Monday campaign, The Second Chances. Before we get started, I would like to first start by putting out a few thank yous. The first going to Critical Role, whose beautiful and wonderful setting of Exandria we are using, specifically the Explorer's Guide to Wildemount. And also thank you to Reliquary Records, who is responsible for all of the music that you will be hearing tonight. So, last time, with the Second Chances, the party had split up into 3 separate groups to begin doing an investigation around the elven city of Vasselheim to see if they could figure out who the target of this assassination plot was. Well, at the home of the of one of the Ring of Three counselors, Gwei, Hermia decided to use her ability that allows her to potentially know the location of one of the other chosen if they're close enough, and was able to pick up the assassin near the home of Counselor Amra. When they went there to investigate, they heard a shot from upstairs, and the assassin was there making an attempt at Amra's life. But between Hermia, Leo, and Amra herself, who apparently had druidic powers, they were able to restrain the assassin and take her in for questioning. The other members of the Second Chances were able to do a bit of investigation themselves, but eventually all came back to the Tower of Three, where the assassin was being held. And the assassin decided that she would confess to what her plans were in order for her life to be spared, and in doing so implicated Counselor Gwei in it, saying that he was the one that hired her to kill Amra so that he could help take power and then activate pockets of a separatist or nationalist elven group around the Empire to keep it from marching on Vasselheim. As the council descended into chaos, a portal opened in the chamber of the Ring of Three, and various beasts came out that the Second Chances were able to narrowly defeat and close the portal with the help of the assassin, who in the chaos of the moments at the end there was able to recover their weapons from an unconscious Leo, and then somehow teleported out, having not been seen now. We ended with the Ring of Three, except for Gwei, who's taken into custody, with Alicis and Amra giving their thanks to the party and asking if they could meet them in the next day so they could formally thank them, as well as Alicis wanted to look into, or was curious, of Hermia's sword, the Black Blade. The Second Chances went back to Melora's Tears. I believe that some of them drank heavily before everyone eventually retired to their rooms for the night. So, we are basically right at the night as all of you are in your bedrooms. Was there anything that anybody wanted to do before sleep takes you? All right. In that case, as all of you find slumber, it isn't long before you find yourself in a familiar yet still odd place that you may or may not be used to yet. You all wake up looking around in what looks to be a black void, dots of stars lining the horizon. And you see, once again, in a circle, the rest of your party, including the assassin. And in the middle, that same beautiful figure of the Oracle in the golden gown, with the dark ebony skin and what looks to be stars dotting her skin from the forehead up towards her hair. You've done well. The marks I've given you draw the power of the Architect to you. Wherever you go, should there be a chance for great change, an anchor may materialize. By closing the portal, you stave off the progress of the Architect.
All right, we nailed it.
What is the assassin? Can I see any expression in the assassin's face?
She is in her usual garb. I mean, you've seen her face at this point. At this point, her hood is back up. Her mask is on. Make an insight check.
Got it. 22! Natural 20!
Okay. You actually lock eyes with her, and she notices that you're, like, trying to key in on her. she seems more uncomfortable being around all of you than the fact that she's here. Like, her attention seems to be on each of you and not on the Oracle at all. In fact,
So
with a 22 specifically, let me see something. Yeah, no, yeah, that's all you get.
Rosalind is looking at the Oracle right now. So, I mean, obviously we're 2 for 2. How many of these do we need to potentially close?
This is only the beginning. Anchors can still appear anywhere in Exandria, wherever great change takes place. Be ever vigilant. The more you embrace your destiny and this covenant, she gestures around to all of you, the stronger you will become. The architect has never been fully stopped. We can only do what we can to prevent the coming and the erasure of the realms.
So this may not even be enough.
500 years ago, during what your people call the Age of Arcanum, there was much change. The architect attempted then to remake the world. But through the valiant efforts of the Knights of the Arcanum, as well as the gods that aided them, it was stopped. And now, he returns to try again.
So this architect is not going to be our biggest fan.
The architect is not a being, an entity, in the way that your minds would grasp. It is a force of nature. It is an inevitability.
That's a bummer.
To put it lightly.
She'll glance over at the assassin. And what about you? Are you coming with us now?
Make a persuasion check, Rosalind. I'm going to use an inspo to make you do it at disadvantage.
You suck. I'll use an inspo to make it even.
The old inspo exchange.
22.
Okay. I haven't made any decisions one way or the other on the lot of you yet.
Fair enough.
What's everyone's passive perception?
Garbage.
18.
15.
20.
20? Are you serious?
Ow!
20.
Chris. How?
What?
Leaf, it's almost imperceivable to the human eye, but luckily, you don't have human eyes. And you catch probably like maybe 2 frames per second of it. You see her eyes when she says that, clocks Kieran.
Okay.
With the closing of this anchor, as all of you grow closer to one another and learn to trust in one another, your power and the blessings of the mark will grow as well, and all of you feel your tattoos begin to pulsate slightly. Those that can see them notice as the lines begin to move and stretch out, and the complexity of the tattoos begin to change and morph. Everyone gets a +1 to an ASI of their choice.
What's that?
Thank God I'm doing it right
You
now.
cannot go over 20.
Oh,
Normal
What?
max rules apply.
Well, Rosalind's
Wow.
constitution is officially 20. No, wait, no, because I have a thing that makes it 19 no matter what, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yes, well, I mean, at that point you would... Ooh, yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I can't put it in constitution. It has to go somewhere else.
So ability score has. So I need one ability score. Well, wisdom could use a pump. Oops, not 4. I meant to do 1. Oh, sorry. I'm just trying to make sure it connects to the on 20. Well, congratulations. My passive wisdom is now 19.
Your feet.
Cool.
Did anyone else have any other questions? As the Oracle hovers here silently above all of you.
Any idea where we should go next?
Seek out great change.
Right. Silly me. Sorry I asked.
And with
You-
that, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say that you mentioned that we must learn to trust each other, and I know that we have one member who is not necessarily always with us, and I am gonna look at the.
And
the
she's giving you the stink eye. Arms are crossed like she is boring a hole through you.
Sorry, man. There's a great elder being here. I'm not gonna lie.
In fact, she says back to you because the Oracle doesn't really say anything. Is there a question in there?
Well, are we actually trusting each other if we're not all working together?
Make a persuasion check.
Oh, right. Persuasion's +0, so.
You got this.
Luck of the die.
You could draw from Rosalind.
I could. What did I roll? 9. Never mind.
Okay. She returns the glance back to you. Trust goes both ways. You just ruined my job.
Maeve is going to look confused at that and say, I think there is some information we could share with one another, because I don't think it was just us that ruined your job.
Sorry. Almost. I managed to salvage it.
Still, my point still stands.
There's one last look around.
This one has a query.
There's nothing any of you have that I need.
I know you slept with Mira.
Rosalind's like, oh.
You have to bring it up again. It's a sore spot.
You get a piercing look in your direction, Kira. And she just kind of growls. Next time you throw a blade at me, it's coming back your way. And she looks up to you. Are we done here?
Oracle, this one has a query. What is that one's name? And points to the assassin.
You must build that trust on your own. It's part of the process.
Alright, then she doesn't get a verse of my song. Sorry, I'm writing a song.
And with that, you will find yourself lulled back to sleep. No other dreams here to take you then. Grin. You are roused from your sleep. There's a voice in your head. Wake up. What's your little robot doing?
Someone said that to me.
Yeah,
Do I recognize the voice?
you do.
My little robot. Set up.
Leaf, I assume you're just standing in the room in stasis mode.
Yeah.
Is someone else in the room?
You do actually have to power down Leaf for 4 hours, is that right?
I think it's
Yeah.
Are you conscious in that powered down state or no?
I assume not, because it says. Oh, let me read it.
You're basically an elf, essentially. You only need 4 hours of sleep, quote unquote.
It says spend 6 hours in an inactive, motionless state rather than sleeping. I appear inert, but doesn't render me unconscious, and I can see and hear as normal. Oh,
Okay.
So,
well,
yeah.
there you go then.
so I just Dr. Ash it.
Yep, pretty much.
Ugh.
So yeah, Leaf is standing there. The green in his eyes and like the glow that he normally has is gone. So you have no idea what that means for him, but he's just standing there motionless.
Kieran stretches. No one else in the room besides Leaf.
Not that you see.
I just remove my eye mask. And I'm gonna pull out my card box. Just say, I think he's sleeping. Why? I just fell asleep.
Does he hear or see when he's in that state?
I don't think Kara would know that, right?
I don't know if she would or not.
You know, I don't really know. I hope not, because I've been changing in front of him when he, like, goes, you know, he powers down or whatever, so... He hasn't said anything, so I'm assuming not.
Step out onto the balcony. Just in case.
Okay. Go out.
Okay. Shut the door behind you. I'm gonna let
What's
you
up,
choose.
buddy?
Kieran, do you want to have this conversation in private?
Ah!
Oh,
Why do you always do that?
I'm just giving Kieran the choice.
No, I don't want to do that.
Okay. Why are you with them?
Scratch my head. To get what we need, right? From that Mr. Black figure?
Why are you with them?
If this is a test, I didn't study for it. So,
You realize they're using you, right?
I
Just like
mean,
everyone else, just like whatever it is that's in your little card box, we're tools to them. So why are you still with them?
in my card box?
Gil?
What the heck is this? I mean, just... Oh.
You've seen me in your dreams. I've seen you in mine, Kieran.
Oh.
I know what you are. And when they find out, well, they won't look at you the same anymore, will they? Why are you with them?
Where are you?
I'm near.
Do you mind if we have this conversation face to face?
You don't want that.
No, you're right. That was stupid. Why would I say that? I don't know. I have things to do. What does it matter to you? And what does that mean? You know what I am.
There's no response.
Can I, he's gonna keep rambling, like asking questions, but he's going to also look around and see if she's anywhere near.
Make a perception check.
That's a 10.
You can see anything.
So I kind of went broke there for a second, and then I fell into entertaining, and you know, and it was going pretty well. well, but and I'm going. Is there any way that I can climb onto the roof, or is it not?
Yeah, certainly. Make a athletics or acrobatics check for me. Your choice.
That was almost a natural one. 12.
Okay, yeah, you're able to sort of climb up onto where the roof of the tree kind of crops out above the balcony. It's precarious, and you know it's covered in snow and ice. So there's a few times you kind of slip and nearly fall, but you're able to get yourself sort of up on the peak of this section of the roof here.
And then I'm just gonna stop my rambling. I'm just gonna go. Okay. Fine. I'm here to fulfill something that it's not really your business, but I'm not here to hurt anyone. And I don't know why, but I think you understand, maybe will, more than most. And I'd like to talk about that.
Make a persuasion check.
On.
Tomorrow, meet me at the Temple of the Changebringer. Midday, come alone.
Am I to take it that you won't share with them?
You get no response.
Karen's just gonna sit down on the roof.
It's chilly out. You can see your breath every time you exhale. And the longer you stay, the colder you become. Eventually, everyone wakes up the next morning. What would you like to do?
Rosalind's in a pretty good mood as she gets up, so she's gonna get breakfast for everybody and get that going.
Easy enough to do. We'll say 1 gold covers everybody.
Great. So when everyone comes down, there is breakfast waiting for them.
Actually, no. You go to pay, and the lady whose name I forget at Melora's Tears tells
Wow.
you that it's on the house.
Rosalind gives her a look. She's like, just between you and me, back where I come from, that like you just made like one of my personal dreams come true. Thank you so much.
Free food?
I mean, being recognized enough to get free food, yeah.
Oh, well, you know, we were just told by Etra that everything's on the council for the rest of your stay, so.
Wonderful. She seems pleased enough. Yeah, she'll wait till people come
Excludes
down.
alcohol. At least the more
That's
expensive
all right.
things. If you want ale, that's fine, but Lucky Kieran's, those are top shelf, so.
As well they should be. They're great.
That is fair enough.
Good morning,
Maple.
Maeve.
Morning.
How are you?
Pretty well, I suppose. It's another day, another set of mysteries to figure out.
Yeah, we're back to having no idea where to go. I grant you that.
Yeah.
But listen, no, we're gonna be positive after a admittedly rough start. After things admittedly did not go the best, we're kind of on a roll.
Mhm.
Things are going good. Got to have some fun fights. Nobody died.
No one has died. That is true.
Didn't get a fireball dropped on us at the beginning of a fight. Stellar.
That is
Definitely improvement.
Can only go up from there, I suppose. We did have fire, every 6 seconds on us, though, so that wasn't great.
That's true. But that was the enemy's fire, so that's to be expected. How are you? Did you sleep well?
I think overall, no dreams, if that's what you're asking. I have not had any dreams of you.
That's for the best. That's ideal. Let's keep it that way. That said, I'm not crazy. We did all dream of who last night?
Yes.
Excellent.
Although it's raising me more questions than answers. I don't exactly know
What a shock.
she is looking for from us. She seems to be working, yet accusing us of foiling her plans.
Well, yeah, I get the feeling that we are working to thwart her boss.
Yes, and I believe she deserves to know that her boss is trying to thwart her, but seems that she isn't interested in knowing that.
Oh. Well,
You see
I talked to
Leo
her.
comes down. Walks
Good morning,
up to the
Leo.
bar.
Okay, coffee for Leo, please.
He orders
Food, if
something.
you'd like it.
She gives him a few things. He walks back upstairs.
Never mind.
Thanks,
then.
Leo. Good seeing you this morning. Glad you're good. All right.
I think he's probably just sore from yesterday.
We're
Probably
all
needs his-
sore from yesterday.
Yeah, but he needs his old man's rest.
You know what? That's fair. Hermia, how are you this morning?
Tired.
Tired? Okay. Seems to be going around.
That's to be expected, I think.
At least I'm not old. So there's that.
Yo,
At least you're not
for
old.
real though.
She holds up her teat to not being old yet.
Rosalind holds up her ale.
All right.
Hail it
Note
like
to
91?
self: use monsters that age people.
Yeah, got it. You know what they say. It's 5 p.m. in Vano.
Do they say that?
I don't know.
Fair enough. Makes me wonder if there is a time change.
Yeah, actually, I was trying to talk to my sister about that to try and find out if more time has passed there than here, because I'm suddenly a little worried that might be the case. Yeah. She told me she has no idea, and yeah. I didn't get a good answer on that
About
one.
as helpful as she could be.
Yeah, well, she's in the Abyss, so she doesn't really know if there's a lot of time. The time is always weird between the Abyss and the Prematerial Plane there. It's very weird.
Very weird indeed. Well, how...
Same with the Feywild.
Yes, exactly.
Time works just different.
Yeah, it passes at different rates, sometimes faster, sometimes slower. It's very annoying. Also, very frequently convenient to the plot. So, you know how it is.
That's fair. That is fair.
Leaf, how'd you sleep? How'd you rest?
This one's stasis was restless.
Restless?
Is it
that
always restless, or is
possible?
it usually restful?
Usually, stasis is able to be completed without major issues. However, this one feels it must apologize for its combat ability last time.
Oh.
Oh, Leaf.
Don't worry. That it was a fire creature that dropped out of a portal. I don't know if anybody was going to be ready for that.
Leaf, let me tell you what my Aunt Sin once told me.
Oh boy.
Every hit you take is a hit that someone else didn't take. Also, you should have dodged. I guess
Very
it's
wise words.
it's only half meaningful, but yeah, that's what she used to tell me. She was teaching me how to fight one summer, and I got a lot of black eyes.
We are all
Irregardlessly, that being the case, this one has decided to enhance more of its syntax programs to better assist on the back lines rather than the front lines.
Okay, well, I didn't understand what the first half of that meant, but the second half I think I get. I'm into it.
Well, I suppose you'll be joining Karen and I.
Yes. Well, listen, we've got the dynamic duo, now the dynamic trio getting together. I like it. I'll go stand up on the front lines. I can take it. Ow.
Please don't hurt yourself.
Also, this one was very... Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead first. Mine's changing the topic.
Oh, so am I. This one was constantly interrupted during stasis by Kieran getting up in the middle of the night.
Oh dear, is
Oh.
Karen all right?
Is Kieran down with us right now?
So this whole time, Kieran was just kind of like twirling a straw in like his glass, just with the ice like clinking against the cup, and just like.
Trouble sleeping, Kieran?
Just had to take a tinkle a few times.
I know how that is.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes, like after so much fighting, I'm not used to it. So I think I messed up my bladder. And now I can't hold it in.
That's weird.
Well, after all that drinking, too, I would presume would be the problem.
Yeah, so I just...
Those lucky Kierans go right through you, right?
They do! Oh, yeah, they do! Yup. So I just had to... Sorry, Leaf. I should have... I didn't realize that you were that light of a sleeper. I will be more quiet next time.
Query. Did you ensure that there was no passerbys underneath you on the balcony before you, quote, tinkled?
Oh, Kieran, they have bathrooms for that.
Yeah, that's like public indecency.
Kieran! That's gross.
Gross.
I'm gonna... Okay, new rule for the second chances. We use bathrooms here.
Maeve would not do that. You should
No,
have
that is
asked.
not what Maeve would do. That is true.
Yes.
Very true. Or at least in a private area.
WWMD.
At least a private area in the woods, not in public.
I'm sorry, I just really had to go, and sometimes I feel like it's more disruptive when you're like creaking through the halls, going down the stairs, you're waking up everyone, whereas I can just open up one window and just be like, hey.
Didn't they have guards posted outside the other night? Like, what if you... You know what? I don't even want to think about that. Never mind. You know what? I'm glad you were able to get your business done.
Me too.
Thank you.
Please.
Listen, everyone, seriously, we did awesome yesterday. I have decided that as a treat for myself,
Oh dear.
I am upgrading my armor today.
Oh.
Today's the day. I have been using this short sword since I was 12 years old. My dad gave this to me. And I am upgrading officially to a long sword. Feel like I've earned it.
Very nice. Very nice.
Leaf. We'll say Rosalind kind of shows off the short sword a bit before she puts it back. You notice down in the bottom of the hilt, carved into it with a backwards R, it says Rosalind. Toy Story style.
Except for his high passive perception.
That's
I love
canon
it.
now. Yeah.
That's totally canon. She's not. Apparently at 12, she couldn't write yet.
She could, it's just hard.
And not well,
Just
apparently.
hard.
Yeah, I like to think she could write just fine, but she was so focused on the chiseling that she finished. I was like, oh, damn it.
So as you're all having your conversation, and speaking of the guards, the door opens and Etrical walks in with two other familiar faces. You see both Amra and Alice with him as well. They actually go straight up to the bar. They exchange a few words with the barkeep, who sort of directs them back towards a door. Amra and Alice go through, all eyes, by the way, to Ring of Three members, especially after the news that has recently spread. All eyes are kind of on them, like, this is a big deal. And then Etcher points. Second chances, would you join us?
Of course.
No.
Absolutely. Oh, random question. None of the guards here last night complained about it raining, did they?
We didn't have
Sometimes
guards
we-
on you. You
Just checking. Great. Thank you. Perfect.
Just. All right. Let's maybe try to.
Rosalind just gives you a wolfish grin. She
Okay.
seemed to enjoy that.
Everybody, let's pick up our food and drinks and let's move.
Okay.
So heading back in, this basically seems to be like a private, sort of gathering seating area or whatnot. But Alice and Amra are both taking their seats in there, and as you enter and take your seats, Alice stands up. Leaf and Maeve, I would say that you both notice. He's older, even for an elf. But for the first time since the few times that you've seen him, you can tell that there is some shakiness to the way that he holds himself, that he's trying to hide. But he stands up and goes, once again, on behalf of myself, Amra, the Ring of Three, and Tile, and I suppose Prent as well, we do want to once again thank you for your service to the city, and not only catching the assassin, and uncovering Gwei's plot, but also stopping whatever that was last night.
Yeah.
Of course. And now you know what we're up against.
Yeah, there's going to be more of those portals. Hopefully not here, but there are going to be more.
Amber goes, right, we don't actually know, because we don't understand what happened
That's fair.
last night.
Yeah, that's fair.
Did you perhaps want to try and explain it?
I will absolutely try,
Oh boy.
but please understand that we are, to quote my friend Kieran here, not playing with a full deck right now.
Aaron, you've said that?
Apparently.
He is now.
I don't remember that.
Me neither.
Not sure that's important. Great. Thank you. Thank you. Love
All
it.
right. That was
Uh,
This one also has no database of Kieran ever saying those recorded lines.
I love you all so very, very
I thought
much.
it was kind of neat. Just go ahead, Roz.
Yeah. So we have learned through sources that we are not currently at liberty to divulge that these portals represent collapses of different planes. Each time one of these portals opens, another world attempts to merge with ours, and if we fail to close them, well, that is precisely what happens, bringing great devastation. Thus far, 2 of them have opened, and thus far, 2 of them have we managed to close. But we must continue to close the others that open, lest this world be, well, wrought havoc upon.
No pressure.
No pressure, not at all. We're not even stressed out about it constantly.
Alice's looks a bit more. They both look worried about what you're saying, but Alice's mind seems to be a little bit deeper in thought, and he's the one who asks the questions. What's causing them to happen? You knew.
If I told
one
you
would
there's
be-
no answer I could give you that would satisfy you, would that be good for you? Because that's the answer that we got.
Yeah, we don't.
You knew one was opening here, though.
We were told to seek out places of great change, and we were told of a potential assassination plot, which would herald great change. Hence, we thought maybe here would be a good place to check. Sure enough, it was.
He nods, like accepting that answer as vague and unexplained as it may be. He just nods
Yep.
along. And who was it that gave you this charge, or imparted the knowledge of this impending collapse?
She, Rosalind motions to Maeve. I believe this is your strong area. I'm not from around here.
We're not supposed to say anything.
I think of all the places in this place, I think this might be one of the few places we can say.
Fair enough. I certainly have an answer, but I will warn you that such a person is not in any of your history books.
Also, Uther Prent will not like this answer, so I wouldn't repeat it to him.
There's a lot that Mr. Prent does not like.
Agreed. I went and talked to him the other night. He's a dick.
To put it
We
lightly.
We were all sent this charge by a great being only known as the Oracle. This being is not connected to any of the gods that either we follow or know of. And perhaps maybe even be above them. Trying to be very careful what I say.
Alice's
I don't
kinda
say that last
seems- Yeah, Alice's kind of seems a bit lost in thought, like he's processing this.
Yeah.
So, and it's Amber who speaks up next. So this being of divinity, you believe, has spoken to all of you?
That is correct.
Yeah.
I don't mean to potentially insult any of your intelligence, but you have entertained the idea that it is not what it says it is.
We have, although everything it has said has come true so far.
It could also be causing them.
could.
Demons, fiends, celestial beings of many origins have been known to interfere in the ways of mortals and manipulate those of promise in many ways throughout history.
My mom was a demon. I'm pretty sure this isn't a demon.
Anyway, the point I think we're also trying to make is you're right, but all we have has always ever been faith in the gods we believe in. And I have faith in the Oracle.
But you said yourself this isn't a god.
No, but to me, I suppose there's a similar principle that I am applying here.
Hey, maybe they could study the,
We all of us received this, and I'll show my tattoo. They look different a little bit, but similar style.
Yeah, they all just appeared on us one day.
As Alice just kind of looks over at Maves, does anybody else offer up their tattoo?
Rosalind will. She kind of turns around and lowers the back of her shirt enough to show it.
He kind of brings Amber over to look at both of them. They kind of whisper back and forth a bit. You say they're different?
Well, they've changed since we closed that second portal. They've grown.
Sorry, pause. Robbie, didn't you say that they're a little different from one to the other?
When you guys look at them, they sure are.
Ah, okay. Okay, so Maeve's gonna look at them and go, what do you see when you look at them? Now I'm kind of curious.
It's a pattern, but they seem similar. It's nothing that I recognize. I could, if you wouldn't mind us taking a sketch of it down, I could look into the archives of Malazamir and see if there's anything there, but it doesn't look like anything of elven origin.
Feel free. Just gonna look at the sketch.
He begins to do so. As he sketches it, it does look similar, but what's different is when you look at your own tattoos there, it's almost like it's alive and moving in a way. Those hidden picture books?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Kind of look at it for so long and it starts to move and shift. That's what happens when you look at your own. Yeah.
Yeah, we have gifts on our back.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yep, okay. I was just curious.
Well, regardless, you've done a service for Biosatile and will not soon be forgotten. Etra, could you... And Etra nods and walks back outside for a moment. Then comes in a moment later and sets a chest down on the table. There isn't
Kieran
much...
coughs audibly.
There isn't much that we can give you, but knowing that you are the adventuring sort and that you're always on the road, I'm sure you will find some use for it. There is within this chest 2,000 gold that you may take as payment for your services rendered to the city, both with the help of the guard the other day, as well as the thwarting the assassination, and as recompense for being wrongly accused.
Yeah.
All right.
I also would like to offer you a gift of my own. And he reaches up and into his robe and takes off a necklace that has a set of prayer beads along it and sets it down the table in front of you. These Malazamir prayer beads have been in my family for some time. There's nothing inherently unique about them. There are many of them, but I feel they will do more good in your hands than in mine. Some of the beads have a magical essence within them that recharge daily.
Dibs.
Wait, is that Leaf's god?
It's not any particular god that you can see on there, just sort of generic elven sort of beads.
How many beads are there?
There's several on there, but he points out that 5 of them, and he points to them, contain a magical essence. 2 of them allow you to cast Cure Wounds or Lesser Restoration, or 3 of them, and then these other 2 allow you to bless targets.
Well, We will keep this in the group chest for now.
Yep. So
Dibs.
Group chest.
Excuse me.
who's ever going to take it, you may add it through D&D Beyond. It has 2 casts of Bless. Casts of Bless and 2 casts of Cure Wounds at 2nd level. I don't know why I put that in Twitch chat.
To say, yeah. Roll 20 would be
Or
good.
Lesser Restoration. Yeah, I'll put it over there. Or sorry, 3 casts. And you can thank Rosalind for the spells that are on this.
I rolled like crap.
It could have been.
Thanks. Why didn't you get a 19, bro?
I rolled 5 d20s under 10.
It could have been planar allies.
It could have
Could
been.
have had a planar ally.
Yep,
I
there you
could.
go.
Yeah, we could have. I mean, we really couldn't have because Robbie asked me to roll.
Amra also.
Why didn't you use inspiration?
Amra also reaches into a pouch she has, and I would like to also bestow upon you something of my own. And she puts 5 small vials on the table. These are a special ointment that I've created that works very similar to a healing potion. You have 5 douses of Chaotim's ointment. She
How do I spell
then, it's in the chat, I put a link.
Thank you.
And then she also takes out 2 flowers, 2 roses, that shine and crackle with an energy. One of them is red and seems to be wreathed in a small glow of fire, and the other one covered in frost. These are chromatic roses. They bloom under the watchful gaze of Melora, but are very rare. I usually see only about perhaps 1 of them a year if I'm lucky. But of those that I have, I bequeath these 2 to you. And so you have a red and a white chromatic rose. There's the link to it.
Thank you.
Putting this in the thing.
Uh-huh.
Yep. So you guys can decide who takes them, but all of these you should be able to find in Roll or in D&D Beyond to be able to add to your inventory. And then finally, my dear, and Alice points to you, Hermia.
Yeah?
If you don't mind, well, how much do you know about the blade that you carry?
Like, what do you mean?
Do you know what it is, where it came from?
From the Feywild. And what it is? I don't know, magic sword?
It doesn't have a
mean,
name or a purpose?
It talks,
It's interesting.
and I don't know, did it ever give me its name? Or, no, it doesn't know its name.
Doesn't know its name.
Yeah, it doesn't know what its name is. It can't remember.
You're curious. If you would like, I may be able to help you in deciphering some of its past.
How?
There's a spell that I know called Legend Lore that allows you to gaze into the memory or the past of certain powerful objects, and even just taking a look at it now, I can sense that it is one of some import.
I mean, I can ask if it's cool with that. I'm gonna ask if it's cool with that.
He kind of looks around at the rest of the room like, is this normal?
They all have I assume everyone has a look on their face that assumes this is quite normal.
This is quite normal.
Okay. Well, what do you ask your sword then?
I'll be like, he wants to legend lore you. Are you okay with that? I mean, do you want him to know your business?
If it can unveil my past, why would we not want to do that? I don't remember anything, and you certainly don't know anything.
Oh, you don't have to word it like that!
Information is power, Hermia. That's a basic lesson you should have learned long ago.
Okay, I just didn't know if you, wanted to know or not. Some people don't want to know their past.
Alice looks more confused and concerned.
Not a one of us looks like we're at all surprised.
This is a regular occurrence.
Par for the course.
Honestly, I think you're going to be doing her a favor.
What does par for the course mean?
So, what?
He says that's fine.
all
He
right.
said it more rudely, but yeah, that's fine.
Please, he offers a seat next to him, besides the table.
Okay, I take a seat.
Draw the sword and hold it between the two of us.
Okay.
And as you kind of hold the sword in front of you, down the point on the floor with your hands on the handle, he puts his hands over yours. And he closes his eyes and begins to whisper and chant. And his eyes start to slowly flutter a bit. You can see this silver glow emanate from underneath his eyelids, and you begin to see his breath as though the temperature of the room has begun to change and drop. You feel a shiver run through his hands into yours, and as he opens his eyes, the silver light shining out, you lock eyes with his, and all of you watch as Hermia's eyes also then flash silver, and both of them seem to go into some sort of trance. Hermia.
Yeah.
You see a vast battlefield. You see creatures of the hells, you see fiends, you see celestial beings battling alongside humans. You see titans of some sort. And beyond all of it, within that battle, you see a queen of the elves fighting valiantly alongside her people, watching them fall one by one by one. You then see a land of perpetual darkness. This same queen laying asunder a titan of darkness. You then see a silvered sword with a blade as clear as a still lake surface as it's being crafted. You see a porcelain mask watching from darkness as it's handed to an elven champion who takes up the blade and storms another battlefield among men and gods. But it spills no blood with its attack. You watch as this blade travels with the champion from planes of mortals to elements, demons, fiends, and more, until that champion is lost, and darkness takes the blade. You then see the black blade sitting in a grove, overgrown, darkened. Several warriors fight against some abomination, and a young Eladrin collapses near the blade. His skin is white like a winter snow, his hair frosted. You see your brother. I can help you win, something whispers. I can give you the power to protect those dearest to you. Then he puts his hand around the hilt. You see a young Eladrin girl sitting in a field outside Rexentrim, a black blade sitting coldly in her hands. Yourself. And then suddenly you are brought back. The spell ends. Did you see it?
Yeah.
Does any of it mean anything to you?
A little, maybe.
Perhaps I can fill in some of the blanks. He seems weakened after that, out of breath. This black sword is what is called a vestige of Divergent. Forir Amarth, true fate in the elven tongue. The divine prophecy. It was forged by the Dawnfather for the Raven Queen and gifted to one of her champions. This champion walked to the prime-material planes and places in between for hundreds of years, hunting down those who sought to deny their destiny and prolong their life. It was the job of this blade to trap the souls within it so they could be delivered to the Raven Queen personally. It is not supposed to look like this.
Rosalind has a look on her face. Didn't say what that person's name was, did it?
The champion?
Yeah.
Something you might be able to look up, or it could be something, I suppose, lost to time. It was a long time ago. I believe that there was a ritual that would be performed in order to empty the souls from the blade. If I were to make a guess, I would assume that it's been a long time since that ritual has been performed on the blade, which may be the reason that it has the appearance it did. When I saw it, I recognized the shape and the form, but I wasn't certain. Now I am. It's a very powerful relic that you have, young Hermia. He kind of pats you on your hands and goes to start to stand up and kind of shakes a bit, and Amber kind of helps him a bit. My apologies. We should really probably get back. I find myself suddenly a bit short on breath. Etra. And he walks over and kind of gives him a hand as well. Amber looks over. If there's anything else that you need during your stay here, do not hesitate to reach out, but you are welcome here for as long as you'd like. And as they leave, Etra kind of turns and looks back at you. Do let me know when you leave. I would like to be able to see you off.
Of course.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna stay here too much longer. But maybe another day.
Get our bearings, at least.
Figure out where we're going next.
Indeed.
And with that, Etra, Alicis, and Amra leave, and you have this private room to yourself.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask the sword. I'm like, did you eat my brother?
What did you see?
Like, you met my brother. Before you met me. Like, did you eat him?
I don't eat people.
Well, you absorb souls.
Well, we wouldn't know that because you haven't taken any recently, have you?
Okay, now you're just avoiding the question.
Total
You
deflect.
okay there, Hermia? You sound upset. What's he saying?
He won't tell me if he ate my brother or not.
I don't remember. I have no knowledge beyond waking up with you outside of Rexentrim months ago.
What did you see that made you think that, Hermia?
This sword absorbs souls, and before I came across it, I saw my brother coming across it. And then the next thing I know, I was seeing myself outside of Rexington. Like, I don't know what else I'm supposed to think.
I haven't eaten your soul, so why would I eat your brother's soul?
Maybe my soul is garbage!
You would
Your
not be
soul
able
is
to.
not garbage.
You would not be able to wield me if your soul was garbage. You have more power than you know. I have been trying to teach you that, teaching you to embrace it.
Hey. Don't get so testy. I don't know. I don't know
you
how you
shouldn't
work.
get so testy. I don't know how I work either.
You sound like you're upset.
I
or like
am upset.
Angry.
It's
Why
not
are
you,
you
it's
upset?
me.
I think you're both upset.
I don't know.
Okay. My so that sword transports souls to the Raven Queen. That's my uncle's job in my world. That's literally what he does.
Did he have a magic sword?
No, he had a weird magic arm.
Did it also trap souls?
Yes, it did do that.
Okay.
And quite effectively, I might add, if the stories are true anyway. I only know the stories he's told me about it. But he did use a sword, but he was definitely, the arm was his bigger deal.
So, this sword is so weirdly colored because it's full of souls?
Yeah, if he went a long time without dropping off all the souls, he started to get real. He was more fun to train with when he didn't have lots of souls in his arm. Let's put it that way.
Well, if we find
Is that why? Is it like constipated?
what's
What?
constipated?
I am not constipated.
I would say that in what you're trying to suggest, yes, there may be too many souls
Tell her
inside
I'm
it.
not
Needs to be.
constipated.
Can't hear you. But Hermia, listen. If it's full of souls and we can figure out how to unburden it, then maybe there's a way to see once and for all if your brother is in there.
My uncle would
but-
just go to the Shrine of the Raven Queen, and that seemed to work.
Okay. Is there a Shrine of the Raven Queen here?
I don't know.
I don't
Leaf,
know.
you were by the temples and stuff. Do you remember?
Do I recall seeing anything like that?
No, but you also weren't looking for it. The Raven Queen is an Empire-approved god, so it stands to reason there may be a temple here. You know, she's also, though widely misunderstood and feared by some people, she is still a god that everyone reveres in some way, since death is an inevitability regardless of what race you are.
Do the Pallid Elves do anything with the Raven Queen?
You know of the Raven Queen, yeah.
Okay.
I'm just. So, okay, here's my only hang up. So, it's like a tool for ferrying souls. Like, if my brother's soul is in there, does that mean he died?
I suppose it's stand to reason.
Yeah.
If it's meant to be for the Raven Queen, then the idea, from what I'm understanding, is it was his. If he is there, then something about his time to die.
Yeah, I mean, my uncle couldn't just like take souls out of people. They died, and he took their soul.
Kieran is just staring at them. But that doesn't mean that he's dead, right, guys? Like, maybe...
Well, we don't know that his soul is in there.
We actually have no idea.
Right, exactly. So he's probably fine and alive, and everything's fine. The
Well, we
sword
should
just
always
doesn't
assume people
matter.
are alive until we know otherwise, of course.
Yes, of course. So I don't know why you would ever introduce the idea that perhaps, Hermia was dead.
Rosalind has a look of comprehension on her face. Oh.
That is incorrect. The man just said that the vision showed that Hermia's brother was dead, so
Wait,
What?
under the
Wait,
assumption
what?
we
Did
can.
say that,
He did?
did it?
I didn't
No,
remember
he didn't
that.
know what he said that.
Oh, okay. Never mind then.
Leave!
I don't know, but I suppose that if you were to find a Temple of the Raven Queen, that could bring some answers to you.
DM, like, that feeling I get, like, my connection with my brother,
Mm-hmm.
do I feel like, would I, like, know if he's dead or not? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, so this isn't like any sort of, magical or supernatural
Yeah.
connection that you have. It's just that relationship that twins tend to have. There's just something inside of you is telling you he's not dead. Like you would know. You would know. You know your brother, and you know that he's alive somewhere.
Okay. Yeah.
He's-
I don't.
yeah.
I feel like he's not dead. I feel like I would know if he were or
Good.
not.
Of course
Well-
he's not Hermia. He's absolutely fine.
Well, going to the temple may be to your benefit in any case. Perhaps something will unlock within the sword if it is released.
Okay, well, I don't want to go by myself though.
Well, you can have people come with you. That is perfectly
Okay,
acceptable.
good.
Well, you all can have fun with the Raven Queen. I'm going to go and buy me some new armor.
I thought you were getting a sword.
Well, I am going to get a new sword.
No,
I assume I can get them in the same place.
fair enough.
Okay.
Hermia, do you want me to come with you?
Yeah, it's been a while since I've been in any type of
Wow.
temple.
Very well.
There's a knock on the door.
Yes?
Uh-oh.
It opens up, and Amra steps back in. I don't mean to reintrude or anything. Maeve, was it?
Yes, time Avra.
Could I speak to you in public or private? Private.
Very well. I will see you all in a moment.
All right. Well, catch you later.
She'll walk out.
Rosalind will leave and go to a shop.
Okay, bye, Dad.
I'll be
Takes
back in a
you-
moment.
Yeah, it just kind of takes you off to the side away from people.
Yeah.
I don't mean to pry in this. Could be nothing, but you're a paladin elf, are you not?
Yes, correct, I am.
Not many of your people travel from the Pallid Grove. But
no.
we've actually had one living with us here for a few years now, and I guess was just wondering if there was any association. We haven't seen her for a few weeks now, and I'm worried is all, in hope that maybe you coming into town, that there was some connection.
Well, do you know her name?
Yes, Gwenla.
Gwenla.
Never
I don't
gave
know a name
any
Gwenla, do
last
I?
name. No, giving a quick think, Gwenla doesn't ring any bells immediately.
The name Gwenla is not familiar to me. That being said, there is someone I am looking for that is also a pallid elf, and well, you said that she had been living here for a couple of years.
Yes, she was a regular in the Temple of Melora. I had just recently, this past year, started helping to train her in some of the druidic arts.
Huh, I see. What was her demeanor like?
She was kind, inquisitive, always seemed eager to learn, always asking about the city. Coming from the Pallid Grove, I think being in a bigger city like this, excited, interested her. She was always asking about the political atmosphere of the city as well, saying that one day, she might like to go home and do good and influence things the way that we do here.
I see. Strange. And you said she's been missing since I've come into town.
2 weeks now.
2 weeks, so before. I unfortunately don't know if I know this person, but I'd like to. Is there a place that she was living at?
Yes. And she takes out a small parchment, puts in your hand. This is her address. If you want to take a look, and perhaps you and your friends can look into it a bit, I would appreciate that. It's also possible that she left, but I would have thought that we had made enough of a connection that she might have said goodbye.
Of course, yes, that would be unusual. There's no Pallid Elf thing about that. Any other friends that she had or people she liked to talk to?
Not that I'm aware. She stayed to herself, mostly from what I knew, besides coming to the temple.
I see. Well, thank you for bringing this to my attention. I would definitely like to look more into this.
I appreciate it. If you find anything of note, do let me know.
Of course. Thank you. So Maeve will come back into the room with a bit of a kind of a confused look. Well, Hermia, if you don't mind, we can go to your temple, and then I have a bit of a mystery to figure out myself.
You know
it
what,
seems.
Maeve?
Yeah?
Make a history check for me.
Oh, sure. Well, my history's +1, so I'm gonna use my dice. Maybe I'll get lucky. No, that's a... Oh, it's a 7, sorry. It's still only 8, though, so that's nothing.
8? Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you
Sorry.
keep kind of going over your head the name Gwenla, but it doesn't ring any bells.
Damn it. Nope. Okay. Religion wouldn't help me either?
Nope.
Okay, just want to make sure, because I'm trained in religion. Dang it. In any case, well, I have a bit of a mystery to figure out myself, but we can go to the temple first, Hermia, if you would like.
Sure.
All right, so Rosalind's heading out to go shopping. Maeve and Hermia are going to the Temple of the Raven Queen to start with. Kieran and Leaf, what would you like to do? Can't believe y'all are letting the Chaos Crew get together.
I know.
With no
What are we gonna do?
supervision.
Yeah, what are we gonna do? They can come with us if they want, or go with Roz.
I do have just one thing I want to go purchase for myself, but what do you want to do today?
This one will follow wherever you go.
I don't know. What do you want to do today?
Oh, we wait for dinner.
Just head to the shop, and then we'll just figure it out. We'll feel it out, you know? It's we deserve a vacation day, right?
Compliance.
All right, well, Rosalind, you are easily enough able to buy new armor and a sword. They are not at the same place, though. There is a armor shop, and when you try to inquire about a sword, they kind of give you a dumb look, like, does it look like we sell swords here? And they refer you to a shop across the way where they do sell swords.
Oof.
Oh, okay. Well, rude, but okay. Fair enough.
The armor smith is a very rude lady, yes.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. All right, cool. Can I buy...
So,
how much would they want for a set of plate mail?
what does it say in the player's handbook?
Great question. I don't know.
Whatever the listing price is, that's what it is.
Is what it is? Okay, great.
Did you guys divvy up the gold that you were given?
No, it's in the bank, but if you need to use any of it, it's fine.
I would need to use a lot of it, so we will not do that.
How much is it?
1,500 gold pieces for plate mail, apparently.
Oh, that's...
Holy shit.
How much do you have?
God.
I will spend 200 gold pieces.
I like the
on
idea that
split
Rosalind's
mail.
like, well, I'm gonna go shopping, and just like the best sleight of hand check ever is she just walks out with the whole chest of gold.
No,
Des
I will
taught me
buy
that
a set of splint mail and a longsword.
If you guys want to have decided, since some of you are going shopping, if you want to decide how you split it up, whether it was 6 ways, 7 ways, so you could put some into the party fund, like, you can go ahead and decide right now. Or if you just want to give
sure.
everybody like 200 and put the rest somewhere. Take
Yeah,
time to
I
discuss.
may just do that. Just
All
to
right,
make things
give
easier.
everyone 200, and then we'll put the rest in
Yeah.
our fund right now.
We have 6 people, right?
Yep.
1,
Yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5,
I will
6.
let
Okay,
Leo know.
so that's
So-
1,200.
I know that there was a lot of talking and some things going on, but I did say tips on like half of the things, so I think just to be honorable, right?
Uh-huh.
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 Yeah.
Aha.
We don't do a dibs rule over here.
Oh, we don't.
No, we do an as needed rule over here. If you need something, we'll help you out. Although before a battle, we'll probably give somebody the beads. Somebody who doesn't die quickly.
Try not to die quickly.
Mm-hmm.
The beads,
Advice.
you know what? You would have been able to put those beads to good work in that last battle when Leaf was down if you had them, but you didn't, so he stayed dead.
For a minute. I should buy something. I've got like 700 gold to spend.
Right?
All right, so
That's what I was thinking.
Rosalind, you buy your armor and your sword. Was there anything else you wanted to do while you were out?
Yeah, she's just gonna meander around after that, probably.
Okay.
See what there is to see in town.
What's your passive perception? No, we'll let you go ahead and roll an insight check since you're actually out looking about.
Sure. 18, flat on the die.
What is
I gotta stop playing these +0 insight or +0 intelligence +0 wisdom characters.
All right, so you managed to catch something out of the corner of your eye, just in time to where I'm not gonna roll it with advantage.
Oh.
What's your AC though?
19 as of acquiring my plate mail
Oh, okay.
or my splint mail.
Basically kind of meat, so we'll say you take a D4 of damage as you see the fist coming but can't quite stop it.
Oh.
You take 3 bludgeoning damage.
Wow.
And just take a mean right hook to the chin. As you turn around and see... Oh, did I write her name down somewhere?
Lisol.
As you see Lisol. Yeah. Couldn't show up for a drink, but you're out here shopping, huh?
Oh, Lisol. Ow. Yeah, sorry about that. I was under arrest at the time.
Yeah, I ought to give you a second one, because now everybody thinks I was trying to hook up with assassins.
Well, I mean, in all fairness, technically you were trying to hook up with the people preventing the assassination.
Yeah, well, that's not what people around the barracks are saying.
Oh. What can I say? That's rough, buddy.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, sleeping with the enemy. I didn't actually get to sleep with the enemy. Kind of sucks.
Jesus, that escalated quickly.
It's honestly the worst of both worlds.
Rosalind turns a somewhat deep shade of red. Well, I do apologize for that. I was not intending to get arrested, but the rest of my group had other plans.
Yeah.
So, if I ask you to show up somewhere tonight and get a drink with me, chances of it happening?
I would say significantly better than last time, since you see her stop for a moment as she thinks about Kieran and Leaf being on their own right now. All right, well, I'm not going to say they're 100% because you never know. But I would say significantly higher. Where do you want to meet?
About 2 blocks south of the Tower of Three, there's a little place called the Snowy Boar.
Snowy Boar.
Meet
Sunset?
you there just after sunset.
All right, I'll be there. You're not going to hit me again, are you?
If you're not, you won't see me coming the next time. It'll be significantly worse.
Fair enough. I'll see you there.
At least this one will heal.
Terrifying.
And she turns and walks away.
Rosalind takes like 3 steps for like, wait, did I just make a date? Uh-oh.
All right, so you kind of meander, taking in the sights of the city. It just gives you time to really appreciate how different this place is from what you're used to. Like, it's literally something out of a fucking fairy tale. I mean, it's winters in Venot can be beautiful in their own right, but the streets are still, basically the snow turns to mud.
Yeah.
Just the way that everything seems to be perfect, the warm glow from the walkways that kind of keep the snow off of it, but there's still snow on the buildings, falling all around you in the branches. It's probably one of the most beautiful things you've ever seen.
Rosalind has, like, she enjoys the sights of it. It's really, like, breathtaking for her to see. But with that comes a degree of guilt of, like, why am I here? This isn't where I'm supposed to be. And she kind of she deals with that for a little bit as she walks around.
Kieran and Leaf. Dare I ask, what are you doing?
This one's following Kieran's lead.
Okay, so, Leaf, I do have to do one adult thing, but it'll just take 2 seconds. Tops. If I can find the shop. Hopefully I can. And then really quick, Robert. So one of the new spells I'm learning, I don't know if this is... I need to find a gem that's worth at least 300 gold.
300 gold. Yeah, I would say that you probably don't have one of those just on you.
No,
I think normally when you find stuff like that, you probably give it to Gil.
I think that's what he's trying to do.
Yeah, so you want to find a gem worth 300 gold.
Yeah, well, so this spell, and I'm not sure, because, like, when I first looked up this spell, a different source said, like, a glass vial.
What's the spell?
So it's, so the component is tears inside a gem. worth at least 300 gold.
Okay,
But
can you
I'm-
message me the spell if this is something you want to keep secret from everybody?
I mean, sure.
You don't have to keep it secret. Just
Spell
means that.
He is like, I know I don't have to, but I'm gonna.
Is that only 300?
I think Revivify takes a 300 GP diamond.
That was like 500, 1,000 or something.
Okay, this seems like a new one, I think. Material.
So the reason why I ask is because that seems very specific, so I don't know if
Yeah,
it's
diamond
okay if I
is
just
300
get a
gold.
regular 300
That
gold gem.
is very specific.
Yeah, and that's why I'm like, I don't know if I want this one just because, like, a different source said it was just a glass file. I'm like, oh, could find that easy peasy. And then.
Yep, D&D Beyond says that. Well, the good thing is you know someone who's probably powerful enough if you find a gem to put a tear inside of it.
Okay.
They have to cry
Okay.
into a gem,
Yeah, I'll just cry for it.
like an expensive Kleenex.
Mm-hmm. Would be an expensive cleanup.
Yeah, so I'll just find a jeweler or something like that. Hopefully, maybe.
Make an investigation check with advantage since Leaf is with you. He's helping out.
So if I. 14.
Okay, so yeah, it takes you a minute, but you are able to find a jeweler. So you head on inside, called the Cat's Eye. And it's a small shop built within the trunk of a tree and kind of built out the side of it as well. As you enter in, you can tell that whatever that sort of section built out the back seems to be like sort of a back office area. Very, very small. Can probably only maybe fit like a handful of people in here at a time. There is a glass display case in front that sort of serves as the shopkeeper's sort of desk as well. And you see an elderly half-elf in there as you enter, who looks up and goes, welcome into the Cat's Eye. What can I help you with today? That's one of them automatons you have there with you. That's quite the sight now. What can I do for you? What can I help you with today?
Good morning to you. So I'm just looking for a fancy gem. Something preferably red, but if it's not red, that's fine.
Oh, sure. No, of course, I can easily find you a nice ruby or perhaps a garnet. Uncut, cut. Are you looking for it embedded in anything?
You know, would that be extra?
Cut ones would be extra, yes. Being set in something even more extra. Well, why don't we start by what is your spending limit? We'll say
300 gold.
All right. For 300 gold, I can get you really one of any. Obviously, the uncut will be the more affordable of them, but I could get you something like. He turns around and kind of looks among the shelving and grabs this thin golden chain that has on it this garnet cut beautifully and placed within what looks to be a golden sort of heart-shaped lattice. In the whole sort of amulet part of it is probably about maybe half the size of your fist, and he sort of presents it. This right here, the Garnet's Rose, 300 gold. If that would do for you.
What? Do you mind if I sample? Can I? Do you mind? Is there a mirror around?
Yes, sure, of course. And he takes it back for a moment, grabs a mirror, puts the mirror up in front of you, and then go ahead and kind of has you turn around. And
Can I look at Leaf?
affixes it to you.
Yes, no, maybe so.
Yes, that is a ruby.
It's
not a
it's
ruby.
It's a garnet, actually.
Yes, that one looks good.
And it looks good on me.
Oh, Yes, that one looks good on you.
See, that's why you're my best friend. Alrighty. Yeah, I'll take this one. Thank you so much.
All right, 300 gold then, please.
And I'm sorry, what'd you say your name was?
You can call me Ian.
Ian. You said he was an elf?
Yep. Half elf.
Half elf.
Half elf. I'm like, okay. So how long have you been in Vasselheim?
My whole life.
That's a long time.
It is. You're telling me. Shop was actually owned by my grandfather, passed down to my father, and now, of course, myself.
Oh, the family business. Yeah, I didn't really fall into, with mine, but, I mean, do you like it? Do you hate it?
No, I like it. Vasselheim is it's away from all the busy goings on of the Empire. Would you like me to package that up for you?
No, I think I'm just gonna set it right here. Thank you.
All right, 300 gold.
Yeah, so, I don't know if you've heard, but, so me and Leaf, okay, we don't like to brag or anything, but, we're part of the Second Chances,
I'm afraid I don't know what that is.
No, that's okay. It kind of just happened last night, and, so, we kind of saved the, I turned to Leaf. Shit, what was their names?
Ring of Three.
The Ring of Three. Yep, we saved them. Yeah.
All right, that's well for you. Good job, well done. 300 gold, please. Or we could look at some more affordable options.
So Leaf here, though, he took. Oh my gosh, he just really took the brunt of the battle, must I say? And he went down a few times. It was a very harrowing experience.
All right, Kieran, are you just trying to get some money off, or are you gonna make a move here?
Trying to get some money off.
Okay, make a persuasion check.
Does Leaf help me in anything?
No.
Or advantage?
He does not.
No?
If you want to try and draw on Rosalind, however.
Okay.
Oh,
21.
you weren't here for last session. We have an ability now where we can draw on each. We can
on the experience and memories of other people, and equal to the amount of times of what your what's it called?
Proficiency.
Proficiency is. So that number of times a day, you can use somebody else's proficiency modifier in skill score, basically.
I have a +8.
That's great.
You said you got a 20. You said you got a 21 though.
Yes, without any.
Okay. So you drone on and kind of do this for another 5 minutes with him interjecting, bringing up the payment over and over until finally he's like, you know what? 275 then for the Heroes of Vasselheim.
Oh my gosh, Ian, are you serious? You don't have to do that. You know
Well,
what?
then $300 then. Gold, 300
No,
gold.
no.
That's not something I have to
Is
do.
that down? The 275. Like, well, thank you so much, Ian. This was such a
Thank you.
pleasant experience. Good luck with your shop and everything. It was a lovely visit. Thank you so much.
Yes, and to you and your automaton as well.
His name's Leaf, by the way.
Yes, Sir Leaf. It was a pleasure. All right, so you leave with your garnet pendant.
Did you hear that, Leaf? He called you Sir Leaf. How do you feel about that? I kind of like that.
It is perplexing. This one is not Sir Leaf. This one is just Leaf.
It's like a, it's like a title, right? It's just like another name.
Query: how many names can one have?
As many as you want. Because, I'm Kieran. Last night I was an unlucky Kieran. Sometimes I'm Kieran the card, or just the card, or that punk,
That's Balthazar's favorite name for you.
Interesting. This one shall. What was that?
You can be whoever you want.
This one shall be whoever you want.
No. Not who I want. Who you want. You, Lee. This one. That one.
Which one? I don't get anything.
Okay. Maeve and Hermia. You two were heading to the Temple of the Raven Queen to begin with.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and make with Maeve's investigation. You guys find it.
Not necessarily, but okay.
Yeah. You ask a few guards. Knowing that it is a Empire-approved goddess. There's no fear of inquiring about the Temple of the Raven Queen, and they do point you over sort of near the sort of what they refer to as the Temple District, and it's pretty easy to find. It's not quite what you expect. It's actually over near a cemetery on the outskirts of the city. And within the cemetery, there is a corner of it where you see a large statue, overgrown with a bit of vines. Despite the cold climate here, it seems that some sort of vegetation still seems to sort of cling around it, and just sort of kind of gives off the impression that since this statue has been erected here, there's not a whole lot of upkeep on it. But you see a large cloaked figure. It stands maybe 15 feet tall, and besides this long billowing cloak, there is a white porcelain mask that sits under the hood of it, and behind that there is the entrance to what you would assume, had you not known what you were looking for, was just a crypt. But the door is open.
How's Luster doing?
Shivering and cold. He's sort of sitting in your hood, like behind, like your on your shoulders, behind your neck.
Yeah.
As it has his tail like curled around your throat, his head on your shoulder, and is just like shivering, despite being in fire form.
Yeah, he's still in fire form. I rub his head. It's okay, buddy. It's okay. Stay close to me. Does he seem scared or just cold?
No, he's with you. It's
Okay.
all right. He has to protect Mama.
Yes, I am, Mama. That is accurate. Very well. Okay. I will nod to Hermia. I don't really know how this all works.
Neither do I.
Well, perhaps there's a... Well, perhaps if we get closer, maybe he, and I'll motion to your sword, might sense what to do, maybe? Honestly, I'm kind of just making this up.
Okay. So like, I guess we just go inside the temple.
So
Yeah.
you walk up and it descends down underground, just like a crypt or a mausoleum might.
There's the Raven.
Yeah, you head down, and the first few steps of the entrance, there's snow that's kind of blown in a little bit. There are lanterns lit down here as you kind of walk further and deeper in, and it opens up into one large room. And on the other side, there is a bowl that sits there. There are a few stone pews in here, one of which is sort of broken and kind of pushed off up to the side, as though it was never really cleaned out. And within here, you see the same likeness that the statue outside was, though a lot smaller in form, about maybe 8 feet tall. Arms stretched out. You see the porcelain face, expressionless, and across the arms, you see there is just hundreds of trinkets scattered about. There are necklaces and jewelry that's hanging from it. None of it looks very expensive. Most of it looks more like keepsakes than actual jewelry. There are carvings of the Raven Queen herself that are hung from it, strewn about the bottom of it. and it just seems like this collection, this offering of various trinkets, keepsakes, and knickknacks.
Place is quite empty, I suppose.
I mean, this might sound like a weird question, Maeve, but you know how to pray? I mean, don't get me wrong, we had temples where I'm from, but my family just kind of like did it just to like seem like they were religious, like they weren't really into it, you know.
Well, lucky for you, my father was a stout priest of the Moonweaver, so yes, I know how to pray.
What do you do?
Well, I don't know if each god's a little different. I can show you how the most simplest way. Moonweaver likes a lot of dances. I assume the Raven Queen's not much into that. So I will, I guess, go before that sort of altar you kind of described,
Yep.
basically.
As you get closer and you can actually look into the altar now, there's some sort of substance in the bottom of it. It's kind of difficult to make out in the low light what it is. It looks sort of cracked, and if you want to make a closer investigation, you can.
Okay, I will
Good.
do so.
Make an investigation check.
I have been very unlucky before. 12?
Okay. It's not a hard one. You know, you're able to kind of look at it and kind of pick at it a little bit, and some of it kind of chips away a bit. It's sort of a rust colored, and the more you kind of like look at it and kind of look around, and start to think back to some of the stuff that you've read about the Raven Queen when you were in the Menagerie Coast, it's dried blood.
Is that normal for the Raven Queen?
Yes, it's one of the ways that some of her followers sort of give a tithe to her, because the Raven Queen, no one follows the Raven Queen in the traditional way that most organized religion does. You know, they don't take donations or have any interest in worldly wealth or material things. So the way that you sort of give to her is of your own blood, basically.
You just bleed?
Yes, it's coming back to me. The Raven Queen appreciates a offering of blood.
Oh. Hey. Hermia. She kind of like opens up her cloak, Maeve, and you see like inside her cloak, like there's just like a shit ton of daggers for some reason. Like, okay, let me just use one of these.
Why do you have so many of those? I've never seen you throw one.
I know. I mean, just when
you
I left
hardly
home,
use me.
I didn't.
What do you need so many daggers for?
Okay, when I left home, I didn't have the sword, so, like, and my parents would totally notice if I would have, like, taken one of their swords, so I was like, I'll just take the little ones, they won't notice those. And then, yeah, so, yeah.
To fight things? Were you, like...
I guess, or defend myself, or, I don't know, this seems like a handy thing to have.
I mean, a handy thing to have. I'm not sure about the plural sense. I'm worried you're more want to cut yourself than an enemy with that.
No. I mean, well, like in this instance, yes, but otherwise, no. I would just, throw it at somebody, I guess.
Fair enough. Be it from me to question, I just advise that it is well cleaned. But I can always take a look at it if something is wrong with it. I have a little bit of knowledge of herbs and medicine.
I mean, it doesn't look clean to you?
I mean, I don't know where it's been.
In a case. Fancy case. Glass case.
Very well, then. Did you take knives from your kitchen?
No, not from my kitchen.
Oh, okay. In a glass case?
They were just like decorations, I guess. Like, I mean, it looks kind of fancy, but it's not.
Ah, okay. Make sure they're sharp then.
I poke it. Is it sharp?
It's not. These are all display daggers.
God!
Yeah.
Well,
They're all ceremonial.
Do you say that?
Now I know why nobody uses these.
I was afraid of that.
Apparently, they were for decoration.
Yes, that does indeed exist. When you said it was in a glass cage and was fancy looking, I was very worried that would be the case. You don't use those knives, therefore you don't sharpen those knives. Here, let me see here.
I guess not.
I don't know if I have any knives.
You have arrows.
I have arrows. Okay. I offer you one of my arrow. I show an arrow and go, I can take off the arrowhead if you would like to try this.
I mean, yeah, I feel like my sword's just gonna eat my blood. You don't want that. You want to give it to the bull, I guess.
That's true. All right, she will hand you one of her arrows and will offer to break off a piece of it if you need it to be shorter.
I mean, I don't want to break your arrow. I think it's just fine like this.
Okay. Fair enough. There you go.
Okay, I'm gonna stand over the bull, I guess, and put my hand and be really grossed out by it.
Okay, make a con save for me.
Okay. Dice, where did you go? Why did you move them all the way over on the other side of the table? Oh, that's not good. What is my con? What, is it just a check or is it a save?
A save.
Oh, it's 8.
Okay. It takes Hermia some time. Like she kind of chickens out a few times or starts to poke like into her hands.
Do you want some help?
And then as she's finally kind of pushing it in, you start to hear a but eventually it breaks. She shrieks and you drop some of the blood into the bowl. You hear a long dejective sigh in your head, Hermia.
Hey, I don't like making myself bleed, okay?
That is entirely fair. I'll kind of come like around you and I'll take the arrow back and I'll kind of put your hand over the bowl, kind of help get some blood out, maybe. I don't know. Try to help you out.
As your blood is dripping into the bowl, Hermia, what do you say or think? What are you sending out to the Raven Queen?
Be like, hey, Raven Queen, I don't really know how this works. It's me, Hermia, and I guess my friend Maeve is here too. Oh, and my sword, which might actually be your sword, but I'm not sure. But it just feels like, okay, if it is your sword, it's got like stoles in it, and I think you might want those, so I'm trying to like give them to you. But I don't know how this works. Like, is this the deposit box? Like, or what? Like, do I have to like actually like talk to the bank teller, or do I just put it in the slot?
Wow.
That's a lot.
All right, so first of all, since I know you probably didn't write it down, I did just put in Roll20 chat what Alice has told you about the blade, if anyone wants to note that down for future reference.
So you can use that word.
Go ahead and make a religion check for me.
Okay. I did miss about the Dawnfather aspect of this. I apologize.
Also, if someone has a better religion, remember you can borrow theirs.
Oh, I have a +4 to religion if that helps.
Oh, can Maeve help me be religious?
All right, so I'm gonna let you pick. With Maeve here, you can either do it with advantage or a straight roll with her +4.
Let's do it at advantage.
Yeah, I do the advantage.
Okay. First one is 16.
Okay.
Wait, is that the right one? Yeah, 16. Ooh, and the other one is 19. I'll take the 19.
Okay.
19's good.
So you say all of this, looking up at this statue.
And I say this out loud, by the way.
Sure,
So maybe just part of the experience.
Yep.
Okay, I will blink at you, but try to smile reassuringly. I think you can say the name of the sword.
Yep. And as you are both sort of staring there up at this white porcelain mask, which the place does not look like it's been cleaned or there's any sort of upkeep whatsoever. There are cobwebs in the corner, there is dust, there is dirt, you see mold along some of the corners. But despite all of this tarnish, the mask itself is perfectly clean white porcelain. And you wait for a few minutes. Nothing seems to happen.
Oh, maybe I did it wrong.
Can I check out her sword? I can't hear it, I know, but can I look at it?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah?
I'll take a look at it.
Do you touch it?
Do you...
Yes, sir. Do you touch it?
I don't know if I touch it. I was going to see if it looked different.
No, it doesn't seem to have changed anyway.
Okay. Yeah.
I love how
I mean-
shifty your eyes got when I asked you that. Like you looked over at Callie like, do I?
Like, I don't know about that.
I don't trust that
love
question.
how Hermia's like, guys, my sword isn't evil. And you're like, oh yeah, no, for sure. Do you want to hold it? Nope.
Nope.
No.
It was actually more of I didn't know if I should touch it without Hermia's permission.
You can ask.
Well, I mean, don't touch the blade part. Like, touch not blade part.
Okay, fine. Robbie, I touch the handle.
Okay. Do you kind of like pick it up yourself?
No, I'm just kind of... I don't want to pick it up. I just kind of... okay. I would pick it up enough to see if the blade looks different, because I
Okay.
remember the blade's supposed to look
So
different.
as you take the handle from Hermia and kind of just start to pick it up, you realize, first of all, it is ice cold to the touch. It is also really, really heavy. Like, you know how those experiments where, like, someone gives you something to hold, and it's really light, but the longer you hold it, the heavier it suddenly becomes? It's that exponentially. Like, how
Got it.
does Hermia lug this thing around? And as you see her holding it, Hermia, this anxiety begins to overtake you.
Don't drop it, okay?
Yeah, I think I'm going to put it back now.
Okay.
So that sword chose you said?
I mean, I found it, and it talked to me, so I guess.
I look at Hermia's arms when I notice no perceptible.
No, she's got noodle arms.
I see. Well, you won't have to worry about anyone taking that from you.
Why?
Well, when I just tried to just now, it feels like touching a block of ice with a sandbag that just keeps increasing the sand count.
I mean,
Very heavy.
It's hefty, yeah, but I mean, I can still lift it. Is it cold to me?
It is not cold to you.
Weird.
No, it's not hefty. I know hefty. It's heavy for me. Strange.
Or do you do that to other people that aren't me?
Do what?
Like, make yourself heavier? Not that I'm calling you fat, like, no judgment, but...
It's not my fault that your companions are weaklings. It's why you have to get stronger.
Okay. He has no idea why he did that.
Oh, well, I mean, he has chosen you, clearly.
So apparently I didn't do the deposit right.
I suppose, I'm not sure. Robbie, when you said that the porcelain mask is white, did you say it like suddenly turned that way, or it's always been that way?
It's been that way. It's just
Okay, just wanna make
something that you clocked that despite all of the tarnish and you know how everything here seems to have just been lost to time, the mask seems pristine.
Yeah. I'm not sure, Hermia. I really don't know much else about how this works, unless you're supposed to cut yourself with the sword, but that seems a little ridiculous.
Sword, does any of this feel, like, familiar? Do you feel like you're home?
No, this feels off to me.
Oh, he doesn't like it here.
He doesn't like it.
I mean, it's fine, but
He says it's fine, but it's not his taste.
Okay. Does he? Then something must be wrong then.
Maybe we should, I mean, we could try going to the Dawnfather's temple. The Dawnfather made it.
Fair. You know, can I, Robbie, can I investigate the trinkets a little bit more?
Yeah. Easy enough to do.
Okay.
Kind of taking a look around at all of them. Again, none of them seem like they would be worth any value. They seem to be keepsakes of some sort. Like you can imagine each of these, whoever placed them there, probably had some sort of sentimental value in some way.
Uh-huh.
There's what looks to be some children's toys in some cases, some, friendship bracelets, or like promise ring type things, something that to anyone else, they just look at it and kind of be like, that's probably junk, but to somebody, each of these meant something.
Right. That seems pretty normal from my understanding of Raven
Make
Queen.
a religion check.
Okay. See about that. Play something good today? What the hell? Okay, 8.
Yeah, you're not sure.
Okay. Mother flipper.
Hermia sees you like staring at them. I'll be like, "Are we supposed to like give blood and like a present?"
I mean, my out of character guess, because I failed the roll, is that
you can still try to make an educated guess as your character, but
yeah,
you don't remember
my
reading
educated
anything.
guess is that these trinkets are reminiscent of lost loved ones. Someone whose child has died, someone whose friend has died, someone whose lover has died. But that's all I can really gather here. So
I mean, my brother's not dead. I mean,
no.
he's lost. I don't really have a trinket per se. I mean, I guess these knives are kind of like trinkets. I mean, they were just like in the training room, like back at my house.
I mean, it's worth a try as any. I am
I mean,
very lost. Can't make fucking rolls.
Hermia will just kind of like tentatively like just take one and put it there. I'll be like, I'm not sure if you like this sort of thing, but I kind of took these from my house. I mean, no one was really using them, and yeah, I should probably shut up because I don't think you. Yeah, whatever. I'm sorry. Okay, just here you go. Here's a thing for your collection.
All right, you set it down amongst the collection.
Hey. Nothing happened.
Nope.
Fair enough. I'm trying to think of something else I can look at to maybe get us a clue. Very dirty down here. There's no like person down here, by the way. It's empty.
Yep.
Wow. That's lonely.
That's very strange. There should be disciples or some kind of thing here.
Or at least like a caretaker, you think?
I mean, I suppose we could do a little caretaking ourselves. I don't know if the Raven Queen cares particularly about cleanliness, but some gods in their temples do. I don't know. That may be off. I don't know if that's gonna be a waste of time.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
As the two of you are sitting here, kind of trying to decide what to do, what else you can do, Hermie, you're kind of like turning around and you begin to kind of walk back towards the stairs, and there's a moment where you see that same figure now, your height, wearing that mask across the way, and then in like a blink of an eye, it rushes or seems to teleport towards you, just straight towards your face, like in horror movies when they see the ghost for just a second, and it rushes towards you. And as it hits you, Maeve, she lets out this scream and kind of puts her hands up. For a flash of a second, Hermia, you see this massive room with a 20-30 foot wide pool of red liquid, with a few figures standing around it, dressed in all black with veils in front of their face. And then it's gone, and you're left there screaming in the cold darkness of this room.
Hermia!
What? So, I had is there more to this temple besides this room?
Well, that I know of. I am rather this is the first time I've been here, but maybe?
Looking around, can I, like, see if there's, like, a door to, like, another room?
Make an investigation check.
Okay. I'm gonna use one of my inspos. That was so bad. Okay, that was slightly better. Investigation 17.
You take a moment to look around, checking the edges, checking the floor line, looking for hidden switches on the statue. Don't seem to find anything though.
No other door.
With that check, you are fairly confident there is no hidden rooms or doors here.
Does she describe what do you describe what you saw?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
like, it was like this place, but like, there's just like this pool of like blood-looking stuff.
Make another religion or history check, Maeve, your choice.
Can I
We'll
do that?
We'll do
I'm proficient in history.
Sure. Yeah, go ahead and make a history check.
Did you want me to as well?
Yep.
Please roll better, please, for the love of God. Okay, I can handle that. 19 on religion.
I got a 15.
Okay. Maeve, with your
Yes.
19, you recall in some of your study of the Raven Queen when you were on the Menagerie Coast, reading about a place on the continent of Asildra called Vasselheim, which is thought to be the cradle of civilization, where civilization first sprang forth from. Very holy city, very religious. There they have a great temple dedicated to the Raven Queen, and within it, as a place of worship, there is a large pool of blood.
I see. You saw a vision of, I will explain that to you, Hermia. You
Yep.
saw a vision of, really one of the largest temples where creation started. So,
Do you want me to go there? That seems like a far away.
indeed, it doesn't
Very
exactly
far
match,
away.
it doesn't quite match, Rosalind's uncle's. I mean, for him, he was able to go to any temple, but maybe for this, you have to go to that temple. Maybe it doesn't work here.
Oh,
I don't know. I'm just guessing.
Yeah, me too. I don't know how religion works.
Well, I don't exactly know how this part of the religion works.
I feel
But,
bad because, I mean, the sword's like angry.
I'm not angry. I just want you to use me properly so that you can get stronger and better protect yourself and those you care about.
He's still irritated.
I'm not irritated.
What's he irritated about?
He just seems irritated in general.
Oh my god.
Okay. I mean, not telling you why he's irritated.
I mean, he wants to like fight stuff, but that's normal.
You
but
are
he just
not
seems more...
listening to what I'm saying. If you become stronger, you will be able to protect people, and whatever happened to your brother won't happen to the other ones you love.
Okay, but that's just like life in general, though, right?
What? What are you talking about?
You said if I'm strong, then like bad things won't happen to the people that I love. But,
No,
I mean, it's just life,
they might
right?
still happen, but you will be able to fight back.
He wants you to
Oh.
get stronger then.
Yes, thank you. God, there's
I
at least one
see.
smart one in your group.
Hey, I'm not stupid. I have a 15 intelligence.
No, you're not. You're not stupid. But I think if I'm understanding your sword correctly, that perhaps as you become more proficient and stronger with using him, maybe more answers will come to you.
See,
Yes.
that's smart. Maybe you should give me to her after all.
Oh wow, okay.
They did not hear that. She smiles.
He's being mean to me again.
I'm sorry. I think he wants to help you for what it's worth.
I mean, I get that, but he could be nicer.
Oh,
Well, yeah, he is a sword. I'm sure he's done playing nice when you're in form of a sword. All he knows is fighting.
That's fair. Okay, well, I mean, I think he looks cool all black. So, I mean,
It's nothing attests to his coolness factor. It is cool looking. Just, I don't know what happens if its soul hole gets too full.
I mean,
Same.
he says it's not
Rude.
bothering him. So, and he's not irritated or angry.
Very well.
So,
then I could
mean,
be wrong.
it's just because some guy said that he didn't look right.
Fair enough. I could be
And I
totally
mean-
wrong.
I don't know. Sword, if you're happy, I'm happy, I guess. Or unhappy, or just fine.
I have a small feeling he will be much happier once you train and grow strong with him. Just a wild guess.
I mean, yeah. It's not like I'm not going to use it.
That's true. He is a useful sword. My sword is not as good as yours. It glows in the dark, however, which is nice.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Well, okay, it doesn't glow in the dark. It's actually a little shiny. She'll pull it out. I don't use it much. I'm much better with a bow and arrow, but it's shiny.
While the two of you continue to bond, we're going to jump over to Kieran and Leaf. Kieran, are you going to do your adult thing?
You going to the sex store?
God damn it.
I don't think it's quite that.
Are you muted, Kieran?
No, she's not.
Oh, okay.
Hello?
Yep, sorry,
Hello.
I can hear you,
Okay, roll.
It's getting to be about midday.
Okay.
Kieran, the card.
Sir Leaf, my apologies. So, I gotta go do another thing.
Before you do this thing,
Yeah.
I want to apologize to you directly because I feel that our relationship meter has been increasing.
What?
And
In a good way, yeah?
this one's combat prowess last battle was very lacking.
Oh,
One might say that this one was a liability on the battlefield. So this one has a query.
yeah?
What is that card case that you have?
Oh.
Does it make you stronger?
Yes? Yeah. It's, holding cards, which, for my magic. I mean,
If this one had an upgrade such as that, this one would not be a liability on the battlefield. Correct?
oh, yeah. So, buddy, I don't think, I think you're fine. I'm just glad that you're okay, and, some shit happens, right? And it's not because you're failing and or not performing well, or however you say it. It just you're fine the way you are. You're fine. I'm just glad you're okay.
This one has ran many algorithms and programs and has determined that it needs upgrades in order to continue providing as much service as it can to the group. Kieran the card, will you assist this one in finding upgrades for Leaf?
Of course. I mean, you just you helped me find my my garnet rose. I don't know much about mechanics or anything at all. So what kind of upgrade are you looking for?
This one does not know. That's why this one is asking.
Oh, well, so that's your first mistake. But I appreciate the spirit. Okay. I have to do my thing, but I promise. We'll think of something. We got some cool shit from what are their names? God damn it, you just told me them. The Elven people. I'm sorry.
The Ring
that's
of
very
Three.
insensitive.
The Ring of Three.
The Ring of Three. Yes.
I mean, just don't call them knife ears, and you're ahead of some of the people in this town.
That's true. It's honestly true. Those important elves over there.
Yeah, yes, the fancy ones. Yes. So, we got some
Yes,
stuff
the long
on.
ears.
So we don't.
Oh, good.
So, store this into your database. We don't refer to any other race by their physical traits alone. Does that make sense?
Compliance.
Compliance, that's a new one. Okay. Yeah, but anyways, they have you can upgrade with magic items, and I don't think you need armor. Do you like weapons? Like rods and Hermia?
This one might be able to combine with weapons and increase its battle capacity that way.
Oh, that'd be sick as hell. Yeah, we can look into that. Yeah, for sure.
Query. What is the thing you're going to do?
That's a good question, buddy. You're just full of them today.
Do not worry. We have attained the rank of best friends. You can tell me anything.
Yeah,
Got enough gifts.
I did say that, didn't I? I just, I gotta take a tinkle.
That's the adult thing.
Understood. This one has an adult thing to do as well.
Okay, yeah.
Hashtag mysterious.
Okay, how about, can I tell you about it after I do the thing?
That seems suspicious.
I'll be right back. 30 minutes tops. I'll let you know what went down.
Understood. This one will not stalk you from an invisible distance behind you. Best friend.
Oh,
God.
cool.
Oh man.
Oh my God.
I think we just
I'm
changed
sorry, Dave. I
genres.
can't allow that.
It's even creepier because
Sorry,
Chris
Hal.
is sitting in the dark.
Danger, Kieran Cardenson.
Daisy.
Danger, Kieran Cardenson.
Daisy.
Could I roll an insight check?
You sure can.
Does anyone have proficiency in insight that I can steal from?
Not me.
It'd be funny if I could steal
I
from
do.
Leif.
I do.
So I just roll it and then add.
Roll a
Three?
d20, and Hermia, let us know what your bonus is to insight. Plus 6. So roll a d20, add 6.
Oh, that's a 3.
Yeah. So unfortunately, it doesn't quite
Leaf is just being normal.
work. Yeah.
Sounds like Leaf.
There's Hermia. While you're talking with Maeve within the grounds of the Raven Queen, this weird sensation happens. where you're suddenly two places at once. You're looking at Leaf through Kieran's eyes. You're still in the Raven Queen's area with Maeve at the same time, but it's like this weird split in your mind, and you can tell she's trying to figure Leaf out. Something that he said, she's trying to he's trying to break it down and kind of figure out what the intentions are, but unfortunately, as a robot, that's hard to do.
I mean, it just seems like he's being Leaf.
Yeah, and then suddenly you're just back with just Maeve.
Weird.
You okay?
Have you ever thought about how weird Leaf is?
I mean, he's an automaton. Besides that,
I don't know, just random thought. Like he does weird things, but that's kind of like on par with it, for him.
right?
Just how he is.
So,
Yeah.
Kieran, maybe Leaf was just telling a joke.
I just point at Leaf like, that's a good one.
Uh,
Yeah, that was a good one. And you didn't say humor, or you didn't say ha. You just let it be. Sometimes that's all that a good joke needs. You don't need to explain it. You just gotta let it hang there, and it can just, So
this
very
one
good.
is learning.
Yes,
Learning.
absolutely.
Fist bump.
Fist bump.
Ba la 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 la.
Oh.
It's from Big Hero 6.
Thank
that's
you,
it,
thank
yeah.
you.
Yeah.
I know that's from something. Because it does. La 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 la.
All right,
So
so
I'll meet you back at the end. Okay? Okay?
Understood.
all right.
Leaf is just going to stand there, motionless as you turn around and presumably leave.
So Kieran, you are heading off to look for the Temple of Avandra, the Changebringer, which asking Ron, you're easily able to find. Are you going to try and follow Leaf, or are you just standing there?
After he gets a little bit away, I'm going to cast Enhance Ability on myself with, whatever it's called, Cat's Grace for advantage on dexterity checks. I'm going to turn into a weasel using Wild Shape, and then I'm going to stealth and follow Kieran.
Never underestimate the
cat.
weasel form.
True. What is your movement as a weasel?
Ugh.
Questions you just don't expect to have to ask, huh, Robbie?
Look.
I don't know.
Kind of. There's a very fine line of like, would I have ever thought specifically that's what I'm gonna ask? No. That I'm gonna be
What is
asked?
your
No. But am I surprised when it happens? Also no.
What is your movement when you're a weasel should be on a t-shirt?
Yeah.
Would it be
30
a
feet.
badger, a cat?
Nope. I actually found weasel specifically.
Oh, chimeric weasel.
Yeah. So all right. So what I would like you to do first, because Kieran has a bit of a head start on you, is I need you to make a perception check using. Do you get the stat? Do you have to use the stats of a weasel? No, you get to keep your mental stats. So make a perception
Yeah.
check.
That's really hard.
Kieran.
+9.
Oh.
Never
One.
mind. It literally does not matter. So as a weasel, you start off in the direction that Kieran was going, but then you also realize that as a weasel, you can't see very far. There's also people
but-
walking, so you kind of jump off the path. What?
It says weasels have advantage on perception checks using hearing or smell. So can I smell Kieran?
Make a second attempt. I'm going to make you do a straight roll because it's at disadvantage because you can't see her based on sight. So we'll see if you can pick up the scent.
Okay.
Also, Rabbit, I was gonna do a thing.
What were you going to do?
When I found a good spot. I was
All right, fine.
You rolled a
Fine.
one.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
So as you're running along, there are people walking who kind of notice you, and I mean you're a weasel. You're maybe a little out of.
A weasel with a robot
Yes,
head.
no, you're right. A weasel with a robot head.
Yeah, it does.
I was
A lady sees you
This.
and kicks you with a natural 20.
Oh.
You take 2 points of damage as she kicks you off the trail and like into some bushes. At what point you think, ouch, that hurt. Maybe I could sniff Kieran out. But you're just in like a snowy bush, so as you come out of it, you can't even pick up her scent anywhere. And now the lady's pointing, going, that was not a weasel! That wasn't a weasel! I don't know what that thing was! And is like causing a scene.
Well, as a weasel, I only have 1 hit point, so...
Oh, great. So as you
I
come
would
out
revert
of the
anyway.
bush, you're just an automaton now. And they point to you saying, it was that thing! It was that thing! Rosalind, you hear a commotion nearby. And you see Leaf sitting in a bush with some lady pointing at him and shouting as some of the guards are coming up to figure out what the hell is going on.
Oh my god.
I like to think that Leaf is actually like upside down, laying on the top of the bush.
Very comical, yes.
Rosalind's like, oh my god, I actually am gonna get arrested again. Nevertheless, Rosalind walks over. Oh, I'm sorry. Leaf, what happened?
This one was kicked while in weasel form.
She
Yep, explains it.
gives a look to Leaf that says, I don't even want to know. But looks to the lady. I'm so sorry for them.
What is it? What was it trying
That-
to do?
Now
I don't even want to know. Just
No, neither do I.
keep
Trust
your
me.
thing
I-
under control.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. Sometimes they just have a mind of their own, you know?
And she walks off, and the guards are just kind of like, this is weird.
Rosalind gives them a very, like,
Behave
grateful
yourself.
look. Yeah, we will.
They
I'm so
walk off.
sorry. She looks down. What happened?
This one was following Kieran the Card because Kieran the Card has attained best friend rank with this one. However, it did not wish to disclose her next course of action. Therefore, this one was suspicious.
Ah. Well, you know, Kieran is allowed to have secrets, right?
Affirmative.
We're all allowed, like, we don't have to, like, share every detail of our life, although our dreams, I admit, would sometimes beg to differ, it would seem. We don't have to share every detail of our lives to still be best friends. You know that, right?
Affirmative.
Okay.
But
So,
but
maybe
this
Kieran,
one wanted to know.
I understand that. Maybe Kieran will be willing to share if you respect their privacy now and ask later.
Kieran the Card did say that they would disclose what they did afterwards.
Okay.
After.
Then why don't you allow them to go do it? And I'm sure he'll tell you when he gets back.
Because this one was suspicious.
Okay. Leaf, how about why don't you head
This-
back to the?
This one is going to the Temple of Melora. Do you wish to come?
No, but you're welcome to go to the Temple of Melora. Is that where Kieran went?
Doubtful.
Okay, great. Then I think that's a perfect place for you to go.
We teach this all the time to lie. Seems like a bad idea.
No, I'm gonna go. Well, I'm gonna go meet that. Oh, you didn't get to meet Lisal. I'm meeting someone for a drink, so I'm gonna go do that.
Do you need assistance?
With drinking, not usually.
Seems suspicious.
She gives a look. No, I'm telling you exactly what I'm doing.
Understood. And Leaf is gonna get out of the bush. This whole time, Leaf was still upside down in the bush. Leaf is going to head to the Temple of Melora.
Okay.
Hey, Nightsfall, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in.
Kieran, you make your way to the Temple of the Changebringer. It's pretty modest as far as temples go. As you kind of head inside, there doesn't seem to be a specific, like, priest or cleric or caretaker or anything. Heading inside, you see the A small, not really quite big enough to be a statue, but you see a carved likeness of Avandra. And there is a small fountain below it. You see the sparkling of coins, bronze, silver, gold down there. There is a single person who seems to be in there, sort of in the back, in a corner, hands clasped together, sort of head down like they're deep in prayer. But other than that, it seems to be empty in here.
So on my way there, I would have stepped into some, I don't know,
different-
bushes and changed really quick. Yeah.
Okay.
So I also have my shift weave to just a simple black cloak with the hood up, and as I step inside, I'm just going to send out a thought and say, anybody home?
You wait for a moment. You feel a tap on your shoulder.
How do I see?
As you turn around, you get slapped. You take 1 point of damage, and what seems to be an older woman, not elderly, elven, so I mean it's hard to know exactly, but you know, seems maybe like late 40s, long, dark hair, slaps you across the face. Keep Mira's name out of your mouth.
It's funny.
Damn.
So
Everybody's getting
as she
slapped.
slaps me, I had actually transformed into Mira in the bushes. Oh, that was a good one. Yeah.
She swings at you again, but you're able to dodge this one. What would you like to do now after Swing missed you? Because we're in combat now.
Oh, I just go, me, yeah, someone's a little feisty this morning, huh? I'm just going to, I'm not gonna do anything just yet. I'm gonna put my hand on my deck in case she does anything, but I'm just gonna take a dodge action.
Dodge action. Okay, so this will be at disadvantage then. And both those are terrible rolls as she tries to grapple you. She basically like reaches for you and attempts to grab you. You're able to dodge out of the way. Anything else you want to do?
There's no one else in the room, right? It was just that one
just,
person.
just you two.
Oh, just the two of us. Okay, cool. So as he dodges, he's just going to say, well, you know, if you wanted to have a dance, you could have just said so. And I'm going to step around. What do I want to do? I won't say anything. I'm just going to take another dodge action, but I'm going to say, you know, I could also just, you know, maybe I should put on something more familiar, maybe the gown that she was wearing.
She pulls a pistol out of her holster and aims it square at you. Did you come here to die?
I put my hands up, I'm still smiling. No, I just came here for a lovely conversation.
Drop
However,
that form before I do it for you.
huh. Well, here's the thing. You come at me with my secrets and whatnot, I think it's only fair, right?
She cocks the hammer back.
Fine. And I'm going to do a quick look around just to make sure absolutely no one is watching.
Empty.
Cool. And then I'm going to take on the appearance of Mr. Black.
Okay.
I just go, is this one better?
How do you know him?
Now, see, it's funny. I remember my friends kind of trying to explain the situation to you, and yeah, I don't think you were having none of it. So
Now's your chance to explain. Gun's still trained on you.
okay. Well, see, I was here to have a conversation, not necessarily a bar fight. So if we just want to simmer down a little bit, we're kind of in, a temple,
You started it by taking on the form of my dead lover.
I think you started it when you interrupted my beauty sleep. It's pissed outside the window. Are you kidding me?
You wanted to talk. Besides, if it's beauty sleep, you didn't get enough of it.
Bird. Bitch.
Which is extra embarrassing for you, considering you can change your forms.
That Kieran goes serious.
So, this connection. I wasn't sure what it was. I kind of thought that. I don't know. I thought it was something else, but. Am I right to assume that you and I are of the same suit?
Yes, I think that's pretty obvious.
What a turn. Why don't we...
You didn't answer my question.
Fine. You want to know about Mr. Black?
If that's what he calls himself.
I mean, it is. So, he was sort of our employer, too. Would you believe that?
What does that mean?
I mean, look at us. Do you really think that we would have gotten this close to stopping you if we didn't have any...
You did not get close to stopping me.
I found ya. And if you're so good, usually that's not
A broken clock is right twice a day.
Except that, this isn't the first time. There was also Rex and Sean, too,
It
right?
had nothing to do with you.
Yeah. But I don't know if it's really smart to just say, hey, yeah, these are just a coincidence, right? Because
What did he
think you and I
employ
both know.
you to do?
he told us to continue on with our path. He gave us a little bit of a heads up.
To what?
Your favorite thing to do in the world. People.
He told you I was coming here to do a job.
He told us there was a job. Didn't say that it was you. I kind of thought it was you, I'm not gonna lie, and I was like, oh, it's probably her. And sometimes
You're
some
lying.
are just so cursed to be lucky. I'm really not, and you know that I'm good at it. But I know that you're good at reading people. So I know that you know that I know that you know.
Shut up! She puts the hammer back down. Puts the gun away. Are you done?
I mean, do you need to know more? I just, how are you feeling? Your world must be turning upside down right now.
Is that all you have is jokes? Just come here to push your luck?
Sometimes they call me lucky. seriousness, I just wanted to talk to you. I've never met one of us before.
That you're aware of.
I think I would know, because, I don't know, felt it was you right away.
Those of us who blend in well just pass off as anyone else. Those who don't live long enough.
So,
And you'd live longer relying on your stealth and sticking to the shadows as much as possible.
and hide a pretty face like this.
Maybe
well, not
with a
this
bit
face.
more
This is
beauty.
Mr. Black's face.
I would just think twice about the people you're with. Real people get you killed.
Just... I have my own motives. I'm sure, obviously, you do. Whoever you're working for. But, I mean...
You're working for someone too.
Kind of, sort of, maybe.
She kind of gives you a look like, oh, honey. You really get to make decisions without consulting your card box first? We're both tools. It's all we are to people. So don't forget it. And she starts to walk towards the exit.
Hold on. Wait. Did she stop or she keep going?
She's still walking if you want to say something to try to get her to stop.
So is this a mutually assured destruction kind of thing?
If I wanted to hurt you, your brain matter would be smeared all over these walls.
I would say that's a step in becoming friends.
I don't have friends.
Well, not with that attitude. And before she just go, oh, what's your name?
Goodbye, Kieran. She leaves.
I know.
Kieran just like he transforms back into himself, shoves his hands into his pockets and sighs and just kicks the floor.
And as you leave, you see a familiar person walking this direction. Since this temple is right next to the Temple of Melora, you see Leaf.
Hey, buddy!
Oh, Kieran, the card. How are you doing?
I'm good, Sir Leaf. How are you?
Does Leaf see Kieran exit the Chainbringer?
Yeah.
What were you doing at the Temple of the Chainbringer?
I just needed some, space and time to, just to think to myself. And then I'm going to say into Leaf's head. Oh, wait, no, Roz didn't come, right?
Nope.
It's just
No,
like-
Rosalind's not there.
Just leave.
Remember, it's only one person at a time that you can do that to.
Yes. Okay. The hearing goes. Oh no, that's a lie. I'm really stressed out right now. Have you ever, Leaf, can you tell me this? Ever, really, not, looked up to someone, but was, really excited to meet and talk to someone, and then you meet them, and kind of this sucks, and they're kind of a jerk, or it's just not what you wanted it to be, and you're just what do I do with myself now?
No. Sorry, there is no data supporting that line of thinking.
No, that's fair. That's super fair. I just,
Whenever this one meets someone that this one is excited to see, the outcome is always wonderful and trepidatious, and this one is filled with as much joy as an automaton can have. Such as when meeting with the creator.
Oh yeah, that's right, the creator. Yeah. Well, that's good. I hope you never know how this feels, bud. This kinda sucks. Kinda sucks.
This one is sorry. Do you want a hug?
What would Maeve do? She'd give a hug.
Karen starts to sniffle. You know, it's been kind of a weird week. Oh yeah, bring it in, pal.
Bring it in, pal.
Leaf just opens up its hands and lets Kieran. Gives Kieran a big embrace.
Pat.
Do you wish to sit inside the Temple of Melora with me for 8 hours?
8 hours.
Hey, hold on. I got things to do.
Wait.
I have a thing to do. Very important thing.
What you doing for 8 hours?
This one is going to sit and pray to Melora for 8 hours while also providing fertilizer support for all of the plants within the area. It shall enrich the environment.
You're gonna shit everywhere? Is that what you're saying?
You just see a little bit of smoke coming from behind Leaf's head. Malfunction. This one does not know how you came to that conclusion.
Well, I don't know. I just heard fertilizer. I'm not gonna lie. Mine's in the gutter. Sorry. You know, pal, I'll stay with you for 30 minutes, and then I probably gotta go check on the others. You know, make sure we're still on track to do whatever the hell we're doing next.
Understood. And Leaf is going to walk into the Temple of Melora.
Okay. Currently empty, so you are able to spend as much time there as you need to with Kieran hanging out with you, or otherwise.
Okay. I'm going to cast the 3rd level plant growth. Does this work? There. I'm going to cast it for 8 hours to enrich the land. All plants within a half-mile radius on a point become enriched for 1 year.
Okay, easy enough to do. All of the plants in there, which are already very well taken care of, grow even more vibrant. Maeve, I assume that you and Hermia, when you were done at the cemetery, wanted to head to this address?
I would like to, if Hermia is willing to come with me.
Yeah.
Okay. Easy enough to do. So you actually head to somewhere near the front of the city where you came into. There's a small little sort of hamlet with meager domiciles here. Amongst a smaller grove of trees, there are some smaller sort of 1-2 room kind of huts. It looks somewhat temporary. While still beautiful in the setting of this city, it definitely sort of strikes you as more of like a slums-ish type area if there was one here in Visay Tile. But you were able to find the place where the note from Amra denotes it should be. It looks unattended. There's snow packed up around it in most places, and seems like it's been a moment since someone's been here.
Even though she knows it's probably not going to do anything, she is going to try knocking on the door first.
Knock on the door. No answer.
Are there any windows?
There are a few windows, yeah.
Okay. I would like to look in through a window.
Yeah, so you kind of have to knock a bunch of the snow that's piled up off of it and, kind of wipe it a little bit, the frost. But taking a look inside, there's no light in there, but what you can make out, it does seem to be pretty meager. It doesn't look like there's a lot in there. You can make out a bed, a few stands, and a chair, maybe.
Is the door unlocked?
Do you check it?
Yeah.
It is unlocked.
Hey, Maeve, it's open!
What?
The door's open.
Okay. This feels strange. Well, I suppose they haven't heard from her, so a courtesy call makes sense, right? You can tell she's like trying to talk this through with herself.
Wellness check. We're doing a wellness check.
Wellness check. Good, a wellness check. I am gonna kind of look around to make sure no one's really like staring at us.
No one seems to have really taken notice of you.
Okay, well, let's slip in.
So heading inside, it really does look like it's the basic necessities. There's a bed there. There seems to be a small table next to that, a larger sort of desk with a chair, a few supplies here and there, containers that may have had food. There's some bucket with maybe about 2 inches of water still in it. Go ahead and make a investigation check for me.
All right.
Both of us?
Yeah, since Maeve auto gets advantage, why not?
Okay.
I haven't been rolling very well investigation, so don't worry about
That's
it.
true.
Okay, 14. That's not bad. And an 8. So I'll take the 14 plus 1, so 15 solid for me.
Investigation. I also got a 15.
Okay. So, taking a look around, there isn't a whole lot here for you to really kind of look through. But what you do find is there is a journal that sort of fell back behind the bed that's kind of sticking out a little bit that you find, Maeve.
Okay.
And kind of flipping through it, it's notes on the Ring of Three, specifically. As kind of flipping through it and taking a look, one of the part of it that kind of pops out to you specifically is at one point it suggests that Gwei has the strongest will and determination of the three, including the Starosta, and hence would be the best target to drive a wedge between to cause, in quotations, great change.
Oh.
Oh boy. Huh. That's interesting.
Yes.
You find sort of smashed in the desk, like in the back as you're pulling out one of the drawers, like it got wedged up sort of behind it, so when you pull it in and out, it's hard to see, but you hear the rustling of papers. There's a letter that you find sort of smashed in there.
Okay, I look at it.
It says, Dearest Gwenla, all the information you've gathered has been put to use. The next stage of the plan is already in motion. I'm still not entirely convinced myself if it'll work or not, but not trying just leaves us where I found you. If it does work, then our mission has only just begun. I'll be in town in around 3 weeks' time. Stay out of sight, and I'll have our next moves planned by the time I arrive. Stay strong, Moonlight. Signed, Farcrest.
That's Farcrest.
Farcrest, does that name ring any bells?
It does not.
Is your
Moonlight.
sister? Oh yeah, I was gonna say, is Moonlight like a term of endearment or something?
I mean, it could be, I suppose. We are quite pale and of the Moonweaver, so I could see that. It'd be weird to call other Palette Elves Moonlight, but Farcrest isn't exactly a Palette Elf name.
Just like a code name.
Maybe, yeah. What did you say, Robbie?
About. I didn't add anything new.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh,
I thought you were asking
I thought
me
you said
something.
something.
Yeah, I thought you were about to tell me to do something. Strange. Oh, I'm sorry, Herma. You had a question for me. That's what it was. You had a question about my sister.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I was like, was your sister like nicknamed Moonlight or something?
I mean, again, unless Robbie wants to correct me, that would be a little strange to say. You could call any of us Moonlight at that point. But nah, not that I know of. Unless that's false, Robbie.
Nope. You're
Okay.
you're about right on it.
Okay. What's a bit strange to me is that, well, A, that's not my sister's name, but I suppose she could use a fake name. But the way that they described her is not the way she was before she left. And while normally I wouldn't take that into consideration, the way she was in Rexentrum, my last lead on her, was not like this. So I don't exactly know who this is. It could be my sister. In which case, I guess thank goodness, because she's found her mind again. But, still. Could I make any roll about Farcrest as a name, or nothing coming to mind?
Means nothing to you.
Okay.
What if, like, so your thing was about, like, great things. It looks like this is, like, part of it. What if, like, your sister and, like, the assassin are, like, also, like, you know, trying to, like, do great things, but, like, the opposite of we're trying to do. Like, they're trying to, like, do it through, like, violence and chaos and whatnot.
That is a very scary thought. I need to find her very quickly. I mean, all I know is that she refused the call of the Oracle. That's all I really know. I'm sure it's just a misunderstanding, but I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me.
We should try to call the assassin Farcrest and see if she has a reaction.
Or Moonlight. My other thought was that perhaps that is the assassin.
Right.
Assassin can wear anyone's face. I'm not sure why she'd choose a pallid elf. You'd think that would draw more attention. But, be far for me to guess.
Yeah,
Name.
but, like, it would garner enough, like, curiosity, like, the other elves in the city might not, like, you know, like, they might be, like, so curious they overlook the fact that, like, hey, this is kind of weird that a pallid elf came into town, you know? Because there isn't a lot known about your people.
Could be. It is interesting that in her journal, she certainly seems to be looking for, you know, a target for great change, and what's his face? His name starts with a G that I can't think of.
Gwei?
Gwei, thank you. Gwei is mentioned in here, which, well, we know what's going on with that. Can I see, so was it Alar? Started with an A, the one that talked to me originally about...
Amra.
Amra, thank you. What is her notes about Amra?
Through it. Oh crap! Did I close the other document? There we go. What you find out about Amra? She's definitely the most beloved of the Ring of Three. That if they were to eliminate anyone, she would be the best target because it would cause the most chaos within the city and amongst the council. Also mentions that Uther Prent seems to have an eye for her, and he believes her to be one of the weakest ones on the council, but it's basically an act that she plays so that people underestimate her. She's also a very talented druid, which not many people know about, even those on the council.
Interesting. These notes are very similar to the notes we found in our earlier investigation, with even more details.
Right. I don't suppose, like, you have any, like, handwriting from your sister to like compare to like what's in the notebook.
Would I remember my sister's handwriting?
No, it's been
Okay. Too long.
almost over a decade at this point. Yeah.
No, I don't really have anything on hand.
Just
I'll-
thought.
Although, there is something else we could try.
that.
Well, I mean, I could see if Luster could sniff around at all around the area.
Has he met your sister?
I mean, a long time ago.
I mean, it couldn't hurt.
Although I'm actually not necessarily having him sniff out my sister. That might be a bit much. I was more gonna find something here to sniff out that person.
Oh, I thought you were gonna ask him if it smelled like your sister.
No, I don't think I could do that.
You could attempt to see if he can find a scent here and see where it leads.
Okay, yeah, I will have him do that.
All right, it's been a minute, so
Yeah.
I'm not sure if he gets advantage, like a keen smell type thing. If he does, make a straight roll. If he doesn't, make it at disadvantage.
I'm trying to see where that would be. I
So
don't
you have a
see any.
stat block.
Yeah, I have it open here. I'm trying to see.
All right, it would be under, like, above actions. It would say keen senses, I think is what it's called.
Okay, yeah, no, I don't see anything about keen senses.
Yep.
Just that passive perception's 12.
All right,
Okay.
so yeah, go ahead. That would mean that his perception is 2. So go ahead and roll a d20 at disadvantage. Add 2.
I'm gonna spend a point here
Mhm.
for myself. Let me just get rid of that point here. Sorry, I like to make sure I get rid of the points before I roll because otherwise I will forget. Or just be mad that it didn't work. Okay. All right, Lester, buddy, don't fail me here. Don't fail me here.
Go, Luster.
Go, Lester, go. That's a 7. I don't like 7s. That's not good. That's a 3.
9.
Damn it.
Oh.
Yep. So he's able to pick up the scent, but when you go outside, he doesn't really know where to go and kind of looks up at you, disappointed, and feels bad about it for
It's
himself.
okay,
Aw,
buddy.
It's okay. Probably, if she's been gone, it probably doesn't smell very much like her.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, our next lead is with the Ring of Three themselves, although it sounds like she rather ingratiated herself with a few of them. This might not be exactly a good thing to tell them about if they want to keep
No.
I'm trying to think of what else we could do. Besides, I mean, that may have to be what we do. Might.
It is starting to get pretty late at this point, with all the going around the city and everything that everybody's kind of done. It's about at an hour or so from dusk.
Okay, well, she's not coming back here, so we'll take the letters in the journal and I'll just think about it some more.
Alright, as everyone eventually kind of makes their way back towards Melora's Tears, Rosalind, hanging out just by herself today, taking in the city, makes her way to the Snowy Boar and sits down at the bar to await Lysol. And you wait
What do they serve?
30
Turtle?
minutes. Boar, actually, is their specialty.
Oh, okay.
Do you
Well, I
order
mean to
something
drink,
while
but
you wait? Oh, to drink now? The
No,
usual
to drink.
stuff. No Lucky Kieran's here. That's a specialty now.
yeah, fair enough.
But you're,
No,
you're able to get a drink.
yep, she'll just order an ale.
Yep, and 30 minutes pass. An hour passes. 2 hours.
Oh,
Oh, she wanted to stand you up.
oh,
And eventually, the barkeep, after about 2 hours, kind of looks at you. I don't think she's coming.
Rosalind just nods slowly. Yeah, well, if she does show up, you can tell her I said I had it coming, and she'll finish her last drink and flip her few coins on the table,
All right.
and she'll get to her feet and start making her way out.
All right, and that's where we will end tonight's session.